Welcome to the Point. It's fun for me to introduce to you a dear friend, and we've known each other for quite a while. Most all of you probably know Tom Jonez, and long time involved with ministry, involved in business, still involved in both ministry and business. And Tom, it's fun to be
Yeah, it is.
together
It's always fun.
and have a chance to chat.
Yeah.
And you've had experience with revival, Tom, more than just recent. Actually, you probably lived a little bit in a stream of revival over the years. Could you share with us a little bit of your experience with revival, first of all, and then we'll get into the idea of how it impacted you? What kind of aspects of revival stand out to you in terms of its influence and impact on your life?
Well, I think you said it well, and that is born in the streams of revival. Many people have heard of the Jesus People movement back in the late '60s, early '70s. I met the Lord in 1970 as a high
Mhm.
school senior, and didn't know anything about it, which is always very dangerous. Still
Not
dangerous, actually.
necessarily. It might be an advantage.
Yeah, and it was some of both. At the same time, in that era, not only was there a strong evangelism movement that led to many, many conversions, shortly thereafter, there was a powerful move of the Spirit that touched both Protestant and Catholic people in a way that is really described in Joel 2 about how the Lord will pour his Spirit out on all people. It became known as the charismatic movement. And like anything, there were some good and bad in all of that, some good and bad in the Jesus People revival. Uh, but bottom line is, I was born into the Lord and into the Spirit, both by about 1972. And immediately, as a college sophomore, got involved in an outreach ministry called Young Life. The purpose of that ministry is to try to reach high school students who are not already attending a church. And so the focus is to, as the saying goes, go where they are rather than try to get them to come where we are. And as a college student, there were a number of us that had met the Lord in a really powerful, powerful way. And we basically dedicated our lives to reaching other people for Jesus Christ. And particularly where we were in Tacoma, the students at PLU and UPS, um, there was a profound move among some of us as college students. And basically, we just dedicated our whole lives to trying to reach as many high school students as possible. And it multiplied like wildfire. Before the end of that particular season, we had ministries in every single high school in Tacoma, University Place, Peninsula School District, Sumner School District, Bethel School District, Eatonville School District. We had teams of volunteer college students spending 15 to 20 hours a week trying to share Jesus Christ with high school students.
Mhm.
And hundreds and thousands of people met the Lord through that season. It was very powerful.
Mm.
And so we've lived a lifestyle of pursuing the things of God. You've said this before, but once you've tasted revival, you're busted for anything less
That's
than that.
right. Yeah.
And so we literally traveled around the world looking for where God was at work. We went to the Brownsville revival. We went to things in England. We went to things in other closed countries, smuggled Bibles behind the Iron Curtain. We were like hair on fire, follow Jesus. At the same time, there was something that we really were missing in understanding how it all goes together. And I think that's something that the Lord really showed you and Cindy and the elders at your church that we had never encountered before.
Mm.
And we knew about the Spirit, we knew about the power of the Spirit, we knew about Jesus Christ as Lord, but what we didn't understand is that little word sozo that I first heard you talk about when you were looking at when Jesus is describing that he was going to save what was lost. And you emphasized what was lost.
Mm.
I'd always thought of that as an evangelism verse, saved who was lost, but it doesn't say that.
Mhm.
And that the Greek word underlying translated saved actually applies to spiritual salvation, physical healing, and freedom from deliverance. I was blown away by that. I thought it was just salvation spiritually. And then to see what God was doing in your midst, it was like, everybody needs to know about this. And so, of course, invited all the friends we knew. I think we even sort of co-opted you to go to England
Mm,
one of the first times, if not
yep,
the first time,
it's true.
to introduce you to friends over there. And from there, it's history. It's like God is doing something through you and Cindy, your elders, through the content the Lord's given you. I'm not going anywhere else. I want to be part of this.
Amen. Well, likewise. And Tom, revival, have said it with all the interviews. Revivals, typically, if they're true revivals, will have a reformation aspect to it
Hmm.
where it changes life, never be the same.
That's right.
For you, what has experiencing revival done for you in terms of reformation, in terms of changing your life, where you're still living in and out of that impact today?
Yeah, I'd say several things. Number one, once you've tasted the real thing, anything less than that is completely distasteful.
Mhm.
And so I don't know if it's a change or if we just landed at the right starting point, but when you have been in a revival environment, everything else other than that is boring and lifeless. And that was why, as part of what I already said, we literally chased around the world trying to figure out where the spiritual hotspots were because we just didn't want anything less.
Mm,
So
mm,
uh, maybe it's a change. Maybe it's just we were spoiled as young people. But one of the impacts is I don't want to be part of anything that is not vital for Jesus
mm,
Christ.
mm,
Personal change, I actually gave up a career opportunity and said no to a corporate opportunity to go into a ministry and live on uh, subsistence salary with my wife because we were so committed to wanting to help other people meet Jesus Christ. Nothing else
mm,
was
mm.
anything even close to more valuable. I think, Mike, one of the things that really happened to me when I met you and got involved with the content that the Lord revealed to you and through you is the keys to how to practically live out a vital faith were really uncovered in your experience of chasing down answers to what you went through. And just because of how God's wired you, you not only figured it out biblically, you figured it out how to make it transferable and understandable and repeatable to other
Mm.
people. And to me, that was a huge game changer. The impact to me in my life from revival in that second phase, which is when I met you and learned what you were teaching, is to realize this whole issue of hidden issues in our life that become points of access that the enemy can. It's almost like he can, wiggle a string and remind you of
Yeah,
your faults and mistakes and keep you from experiencing the fullness of God.
yeah.
So that's the other thing is uh, to realize a long-lasting impact is this constant pursuit of becoming more and more unencumbered
Mhm,
from the things that would hold us back in Jesus Christ.
mm.
And then I'd say the third thing is um, I'm still all in.
Yeah, amen.
We build our life around what it means to follow Christ
Yeah,
instead of we have our life and we try to add him in.
yeah.
And that's a lasting impact from being truly converted. I had a friend say one time, you know, are people, like when they accept Jesus Christ into their life and are born again, are like, is it permanent? And one of my friends said, once you're saved, you're always saved as long as you're really saved.
Yeah, right, yeah,
And
yeah,
I think a lasting fruit
yeah.
of being really revived, re energized, rebirthed, reborn, revived in Jesus Christ is that it's real and so it sticks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Tom, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, it has been an absolute delight to hear your story about how God's led you and given you actually a heart for revival. And man, it's been fun. Appreciate so much you, your friendship, being a colleague together in the kingdom work and all that we've been doing together. And yeah, we've been doing it, haven't we?
Oh, it's been a ride.
Yeah, I mean, not only do we get to minister together almost day to day, but we've been around the world together.
Yep.
We've been arrested together.
Yeah, that was fun.
That that was a
Not.
fun kind of a thing. But it's all because of what God's done in our hearts and our lives
Yeah.
and for
Well,
revivals.
I think, we're gonna die with our boots on. I don't see any reason to stop. I just think we just blaze right on, whatever his call is, whether it's washing dishes where nobody can see it or, you know, talking to people by the tens or thousands. We're here to serve him,
Yeah.
all to him.
Amen. Tom, thank you.
Mhm.
It's been a delight.
Yeah, and it's mutual.
Yeah.